Hello everybody, it's the Winged Unicorn and I have flown back with another video. As you can see from the title, it's finally time for my Q&A video. Okay, so I know that I was actually teasing this for a while now, and I've been planning to make a Q&A like a few months ago. But that's because I was debating to myself if I should be making that or if I should prioritize other videos that I had in mind, because the amount of video ideas that I have right now is kind of like a lot and a lot to plan out for each one of them. So I didn't know if I wanted to do those first or the Q&A, but I decided to finally just do the Q&A before I work on anything else. So here's my Q&A. This first question is from the Super Mario Bros. Movie fan 2003. They asked, are you excited for Kung Fu Panda 4 and Despicable Me 4? So for Kung Fu Panda 4, it's been out for quite a while, but I still haven't come around to watch it simply because I don't really have an interest in it. I personally love the Kung Fu Panda franchise. Like, I love all three of them. So you probably be asking, why didn't I watch the fourth? Well, not only did I hear people have like mixed reviews about the movie, but also because the Furious 5 apparently wasn't going to be in the movie, and that really upset me. So I just decided to not watch that movie. I know what people say, like, you know, it's not as good as the other movies. It's kind of mid, and there's Aquafina in it, and I'm just like, even if I do agree with them, like, nothing would bother me more than the Furious 5 just not being in it. Like, I like the Furious 5. They're one of my favorite parts of the Kung Fu Panda movies, especially Tigress. I love Tigress as a character, and she's just my favorite. And knowing that she's not going to be in it actually hurts my soul. And apparently they do come up at the end of the movie. This is not really a spoiler or at least like a plot spoiler, so, but just in case if y'all really care, spoilers, I guess. So they do appear at the end of the movie, but it's like during like the credits or like near the credits. Poe apparently was like trying to train that Aquafina Fox lady person, and the Furious 5 come in and then they help train her, and the Jack Black cover of Hit Me Baby One More Time plays in the background. Great song, by the way, but you know, that's the only time that they come into the movie. But all I had to do was just see the clip, and then I'm satisfied, because like I am not watching Kung Fu Panda 4 just because the fact that they're not there hurts me. It really hurts me. So right now I don't really have a strong opinion on Kung Fu Panda 4 because I haven't seen it, but you know, hopefully you like it. As for Despicable Me 4, as of the time of recording this, Despicable Me 4 has not come out yet. Or at least it has been released in like some regions, I guess. But where I live, it hasn't come out yet. But I've been having mixed feelings about Despicable Me 4. At first, I was just like, oh yeah, Despicable Me 4, that's cool, I guess. Another movie to the franchise. Because I'm actually one of those rare people who actually don't really mind the Despicable Me franchise. If anything, I actually like a lot from the Despicable Me franchise. Like, I like the first two movies, and the first Minion movie was actually pretty fun in my opinion, but everything else beyond the third movie is just where it went downhill. It's just the thing that bothered me about some Illumination movies is how many plot points are in the movies, and it really bothers me, and it's been happening ever since Secret Life of Pets, and I really don't like that. Like, there's so many movies such as like Despicable Me 3, which is why I don't like that movie. The second Minions movie, which is another movie that I don't really like. It's just, there's so many plot points that just distract from the actual like movie, and people will argue, well, because it's Illumination, it's like low quality, they're just doing shenanigans for the sake of shenanigans because they know that it will make money. Well, okay, people can have their own opinions about Illumination, but like, for somebody who actually sits down and watches them, and not just as like, oh, Minions are annoying. I personally don't find the Minions annoying. What I find more annoying than the Minions is the amount of plot points that are in every single Illumination movie. That's why the Mario movie was such a fresh air, because like, it wasn't too many plot points. It at least makes sense. It at least flows better. Because like, things like the Despicable Me 3, the Secret Life of Pets movies, they don't make sense. The only other Illumination movie that I feel like it only works in is the Sing movies, because you kind of have to have these other plot points so you can understand where these characters are coming from, because the movies are centered around these like competitor singer characters. So I don't really mind that. But for stuff like Despicable Me, I'm just like, yeah, no, don't do that. It's just distracting from everything, and it's just very hard to keep track of. So as of right now, Despicable Me 4 I'm kind of iffy about. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like seeing the girls again. Love seeing Lucy again. The fact that Gru has a baby, I guess, is cool. The whole Mega Minion stuff sounds fun. But overall, I don't know. I might check it out, though. This next question from Speed for Spectre asks, how did you make your channel mascot character? What inspired your OC creation? So, mind you, my answer does still apply to the current OC that I have right now that you see here on screen. But this question was asked when I still had my old one. But like I said, it kind of still applies. So here's my answer. So I always wanted to make an OC. And if I were to make myself into an OC of any kind, I for sure wanted it to be a pony OC. Especially because at the time, a lot of my favorite YouTubers had their own pony OC. And I just wanted to make my own because, you know, I just thought it would be fun. And while I was brainstorming one, I didn't know if I wanted to be a unicorn, a pegasi, or an earth pony. I tried avoiding making an alicorn because I don't know, alicorns have always been like the superior ones in Equestria. I know they're supposed to mean something positive, like, you know, like all the ponies coming together and, you know, into one pony. It's just more like not like a superiority thing, but I understood that some people interpreted it as that, so I just decided to like avoid being an alicorn. But I was, you know, I gave into it, but I decided to just spoof it a little bit. So just in case y'all were wondering how I got to the name Winged Unicorn, basically my thought process was just make this a unicorn but with wings, hence the name, the Winged Unicorn. So I just decided to name myself that so that I can avoid going the name of alicorn. So technically my pony is a unicorn, but we're just going to pretend in terms of its lore that, let's just say Twilight just put like a spell on this pony so then she can have wings, just like how she did with Rarity in that one episode. So let's just go with that. These technically aren't real wings, okay? Twilight artificially made these. And anytime my pony does fly, it's like for a very short amount of time and off the air barely, just by a few feet. So that way I'm not really an alicorn, I'm just a unicorn that just happens to have wings. So let's just go with that. As for how I made it, obviously if you've seen my older version, it's obviously by a crappy MS Paint creation. I basically got like a base of a pony and just kind of like try my best to like do line art of it. I don't know if that's what artists call it, but just like line art the base of that pony and try to, like, you know, after that just go nuts with it. And then I just made this pony. But as you can see, I looking back, I really hate it now. So when I discovered Ponytown, that game that I mentioned in my last video when I was introducing my new avatar, I was just like, this is a great opportunity to, you know, make a better looking pony OC. I still stuck with the same concept, except when you see in my other video, you see that there's no like colorful wings like I do right now. I just forgot to put the colorful wings, but the colorful wings are actually a important part of my OC because, like I said, these are artificial wings. The colors on the wings just help you remind that these are artificial wings. They're not actual wings. So yeah. Anna LBC asks, do you like Taylor Swift and what's your favorite song? So I don't really listen to Taylor Swift. She's an okay artist in my opinion, but if I had to like pick one song that I guess is like my favorite from hers is, I guess, Delicate. I think it's a pretty song. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really listen to Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. But if you're curious for my actual music tastes, I'm more of a Broadway person. If you're wondering which Broadway musicals I like, here they are. But if you're asking for like in terms of like actual specific artists, if you're just wondering, Paris Paloma, go give her a listen. But yeah, for Taylor Swift though, she's okay. I don't really mind her music. She's whatever. So Caroline 9116 asks, what's a movie that everyone seems to like but you just can't bring yourself to enjoy it? Great question, but when I saw this question for the first time, I really couldn't think of an answer because here's the thing about me. It takes really, really hard for me to hate on a movie. Like, I don't think there's been like a movie where like I actually like hate with a passion. On the rare occasions where it does happen, like something like, I don't know, Norm of the North, like that's also a movie that lots of people hate anyway, so that doesn't really answer your question. Because like I said, it takes a lot for me to hate on a movie with a burning passion. Now, if it was a show, I would give you a straight answer. It's Miraculous. But then after careful consideration, I have finally gotten my answer. Except it's kind of a controversial one, because I don't know how many of you guys watch this YouTuber, but There's this YouTuber called Schaefer's Productions. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but let's just say me and him kind of have a similar opinion about this one certain movie. And when he announced his opinion on it, let's just say his viewers didn't react so well. And even though I dislike this movie as well, it's not exactly for the same exact reasons he dislikes them. I have my own reasons, but at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, I dislike it as well. So I might upset some people, but here's my answer. The movie that everybody else seems to like, and I personally not so much, is Rio. Specifically the second one. I don't know how much people I upset, but I have my reasons. The story's pretty okay. The animation and the songs are what carry these movies, both movies, but I don't like these movies because I really hate how the characters treat each other, specifically how Jewel treats Blue. And I know that some people have also pointed out how Jewel is in these movies. Normally there's not like a specific thing in a movie that really completely ruins said movie. Like I said, it takes a lot for me to hate a movie, but the treatment of Jewel and Blue and like their whole handling of their relationship, it just really rubs me the wrong way. So then it just leaves this taste in my mouth when I watch the movie. It's just really hard to watch, and it just kind of ruins the experience for me. If you guys want me to go in depth a little bit with these movies and, you know, slander these movies a little more politely, of course, tell me in the comments. Then maybe I'll take into consideration. I already have plenty of YouTube ideas, so might as well add that to the list. So this person had another question that says opinion on Barb as a character, and I decided to put this in just because, you know, I'd be more than happy to answer this question. And if y'all saw my videos, you already know my answer for this. I freaking love Queen Barb. She is super underrated at this point, especially after the third movie. Like, I just wish she would come back. Like, I love Barb. Like, she's like probably like on my top favorite Trolls characters. When we first saw her, when she was first introduced, I was just like, she's amazing. I love her. She should stay forever in this franchise, which I hope she does. I hope at least she comes back in the fourth movie. She probably won't. I know it's wishful thinking. Were her actions bad? Yes. But it's because she genuinely thought what she was doing throughout the movie was necessary. She actually thought that she was doing something good for the Trolls Kingdom. She actually thought that everybody being in one nation or in one genre of trolls, it would help with the harmony across the kingdoms. Eventually she learns that this is bad, but you know, she actually thought that she was doing something good. It's kind of like Starlight Glimmer in the first 2 episodes of season 5 in My Little Pony. She thought that, you know, the only way for ponies to be happy is that they're all equal, which is, you know, a flawed mentality, but again, they both learn at the end. And for Barb, you know, it's kind of like what Poppy had to learn as well in the same movie. You know, they had to realize that there are other voices and they are all different, but they are just as valid as each other's, and they are necessary in life because that's the only way to harmony. The only way for us to actually achieve harmony is that we actually listen to each other, and that's why different voices are important. And besides, put the whole colonialism, I can't say that word right. I've been trying to record for like the past few times and I still can't get that word right. But put that metaphor aside. Barb is a sweetheart and y'all need to understand that, okay? In the second holiday special, the very few scenes that we get of her, she's so sweet. I love her. She loves Mr. Dinkles, okay? And she cares. And look, she's sweet. She's nice. And y'all need to understand that. Last question from Bumpy Gaming 8241. His question was, where would you rank all the major animation studios? And you know, he just lists all the major animation studios. So technically I don't have a set in stone ranking because my opinion on these studios change every so often. So by next week I'll probably have like a different answer. So it's not really a set in stone thing, but here's my ranking for now. Also, for the record, I won't be ranking the last 2 because I don't know if I watched movies from those 2 companies, or I probably did, but I can't remember which is from which right now. So I'm just going to do the other ones. Hope that's okay. So first place would have to go with Disney and Pixar and DreamWorks. I can't decide which ones are better because I like an equal amount of movies from all those companies. So I'm happy with putting them all in first place. Second would have to be Sony. Sony also has its ups and downs just as much as like, you know, the other companies. But, you know, I feel like it's like even the movies that were good, aside from Spider-Verse, of course, because like, you know, that movie's awesome, they're not like the most like I'm not too attached. Like they won't be like in my top 10, or I don't know if like top 20 or whatever. But like, you know, Sony, I still have a good time with them. Blue Sky, same thing, I have a good time with them. But again, I don't know if I consider a lot of their movies from like my top 10. Illumination would have to be last place, not because I hate them or anything. If anything, I actually really like Illumination. I defend a lot of their movies, but like, you know, even so, like some of their movies, you know, goes with their ups and downs, you know. And since Illumination's like a smaller company, or like, you know, a company that has been like around for like what, a decade now, so it's like it doesn't have too much movies now that I think about it. So like, you know, it still has some room to expand. But as for now, I guess my favorite Illumination movie from that company would have to be I don't know, the Sing movies. We're not including the Mario movie because that would be too easy. But yeah, either the Sing movies or the Despicable Me movies, specifically the first one. So yeah, that's my ranking, at least for now. Again, it'll probably change by the time it's like next week or something, or next month, but that's just my ranking for now. So yeah, that's my answer. So it's almost midnight at the time of recording this, and I just want to say that I'm going to end the video here because this video is already long enough. Thank you all to the people who sent in questions. I had a blast answering them, and thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. It really means a lot that at least some people care about what I have to say about certain movies and shows and stuff like that. It's really fun, you know, making these videos so I can put my opinions out there in the world, and we can, you know, have conversations in the comments. Like it's really fun, and I'm glad that at least some of you think it's fun too. My next video is going to be an Inside Out 2 review, so stay tuned for that, because I know a certain person would probably feel happy about that. So yeah, this is the winged unicorn, and I'm going to fly away now. See you guys on my next video. Bye bye.